Can you tell more about what actually the Dandel or the interdependent origination, or the in Sanskrit Pratitya means actually?
Yes.
How's that? What does that mean, and what is that as to explore in the study and in the contemplations?
Yes, well, the Pratitya Samutpada was what the Buddha came to realize on the dawn of his awakening, and it means dependent arising. It's usually translated as dependent arising or dependent origination. And what it means basically is that everything leans, that there's nothing you can find that's not made of parts or dependent on other things that influence or interrupt it. It doesn't exist, nothing exists in a vacuum. It's all leans against other elements, and that's a way of speaking about the genesis of everything we experience. So the first teaching I ever had on Pratitya Samutpada was when we were sitting on a hill together in Nepal. We were very young, in our early 20s, and you said, Lizzie, is this one or is this two? And I didn't really understand why you're asking me that, or what it had to do with any kind of spiritual awakening. But I said that I thought, well, it's not one because they're two things that are leaning. But you can't say they're two either because they're creating one shape. And basically, I think you're pointing out the nature of reality to me by saying that everything that comes together is dependent. And it took me a long time and many years of study for that to start to take hold in the deepest way.
Can you say more about that? How did that happen, or what was the process of that?
Well, I mean, mostly I studied a lot of texts with you, like the 9th chapter of Shantideva, Bodhisattva Triavatara, the way of the Bodhisattva, or Chandrakirti, where we would spend a tremendous amount of time trying to find something that was independent, that existed intrinsically from its own side. When you look around in the world, we assume that there's the world, but there's no such thing as the world.
Yeah, isn't it amazing that the assumption is that there is some kind of autonomous thing, whether it's in regards to your own self or your own skandhas or anything else in the world. There is some kind of autonomous, but then if you really look into it, there's no one thing that is autonomous, and that's so amazing. Our assumption is so much powerful than the reality, and the reality only can dawn on. Reality only can reveal itself and dawn on you when you investigate and when you really look deeply into, and that's really quite amazing.